welcome to Lissan. The house that you're standing in at the minute is about 400 years old. It was built by the Staples family, who were an English family who came across here in about 1600 and purchased a house in Moneymore. Soon after that, it was a Thomas Staples that had come across from Bristol, originally a lawyer, came here to Ulster to make his fortune and decided the easiest way to do that would be to marry it. So he met and married a lady called Charity Jones, and the pair of them came here to what was an ancient Celtic fort called Lissan. In addition to that, it was also an ironworks at that time with an existing house, and they decided to set up in the existing house, which we think was somewhere in the servants' accommodation. The bit of the house we're standing in at the minute was built by his son, Robert, his third youngest son, and he built this current house between about 1660 and 1680, and it remained in the Staples family right up until 2006, when the last member of that family, Hazel Radcliffe Dolling, died and left the house to a charitable trust who run it to today. The 9th Baronet, Sir Thomas Staples, lived here and was by far the wealthiest member of the family to live here. But when he died in the 1880s, he had no son of his own. So the house and the estate went with the title to his distant cousin, Sir Nathaniel Staples, who you see over there, the 10th Baronet. Now, unfortunately for Lissan, Sir Thomas left all of the family's money and all of the contents of the house to his wife, Kathryn, who we have a portrait of, and you'll be seeing it later on. Kathryn decided she did not like Sir Nathaniel very much at all. So before he arrived back from India, where he had been living, Kathryn stripped the house of everything that was here. All the furniture went, all of the doors even went. As a result of the works that she did, stripping the house of all of its panelling, all of its doors, all of the furniture, the house became unstable. And basically what you would have had here originally, you would have had a small entrance hall where you see the stone floor over here, and then a very tidy square staircase going up at this side, a very fine 17th century staircase. But because of all the things that Kathryn had removed from the house, no sooner did Sir Nathaniel come back from India than he opened the door of the house and the entire centre of the house collapsed. So everything you see here was found lying in a heap in the ground floor. Sir Nathaniel, as I say, did not inherit the family's money, and so rather than bringing someone in to rebuild the house as a grand new home for himself and his family, he simply brought the estate carpenter in and ordered him to make a new staircase out of what was left of the old one. And what you see here today is what he built. An utterly bizarre staircase. There are flights of stairs heading off in every direction. Some of them don't actually go anywhere. And this goes now right through to the roof of the house itself, right up to the 17th century rafters at the very top of the house.
In the interview, there was, you see when you stand on the floor, does that door rattle?
Not usually.
Because that door, I don't know if any of you guys heard it, but that door rattled a wee bit. Now, I thought it was because you were walking.
That's where Kathryn is.
Oh, there we go.
Seriously?
But earlier on too, I heard a door closing. And maybe I thought maybe I'm in a car door or something. A door, like I thought of a door like that.
No, this is actually one of the very few floors in this house that's quite solid, to be honest with you. So, because the basement below here is stone, whereas everywhere else it's wood.
It's not, oh, I see.
So,
that
yeah.
wouldn't have made the door shut.
The door definitely made a wee rattle. So you were sort of swaying a wee bit from side to side, so just...
Is that doing anything?
No.
There's a noise there.
Yeah, just there, yeah.
No.
No. Just see this door a wee second.
That's pretty solid.
It definitely rattled.
Bit of Kathryn in the house, which was sold because the family obviously didn't like her very much, given the fact she's sold everything out of the house. We found that portrait on the open market about 6 years ago, bought it and brought it back, and so an attention picked up between there and here, where Sir Nathaniel is obviously talked about quite a lot. And actually the day that we had a great unveiling of this painting next door, because obviously lots of local people had donated money towards its return. So we were all in there happily drinking our champagne, looking at the portrait, and this one fell off the wall.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Heard a crash in the hall, came out and he had fallen off the wall.
This one here,
Yeah.
Nathaniel?
Nathaniel, yeah.
When you said fell off the wall, did the string break or did the nail come off the
There
wall?
was literally no reason it fell off the wall.
Was the nail still intact?
The nail was still intact and the string was still intact. So, yeah.
It's bizarre.
It was utterly bizarre. There was this legend that a local parish priest had trapped a spirit in a bottle and put it in a wall of this house somewhere. Now, we always thought that's absolutely nonsense. Why would the family allow someone to do that? So we always thought this is just a myth. But we were in here and there were quite a few difficulties with this room, and if you actually knock the wall, there's a hollow in the wall in there. Now there's a space behind the plaster in part of the wall.
Do you want to show us where it is?
It's somewhere. I'm going to see if I can find it again. It's a bit of a mess in here, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, there's a shelf in front of it, just to make sure nothing gets out. You can see this is a solid wall, and then if you go over here somewhere, it's completely hollow.
So there's a possibility that the legend could be true then? There could be a bottle in there?
Well, there's something chamber in that corner that we don't know what's there, and it would kind of make sense if they were trying to trap something that they'd put it in the servants' accommodation, horrible as that sounds, rather because the rumour and the legend always said it was in the ballroom, which just sounded rather unlikely, that they would have built a very grand ballroom and then put this thing in it, but out here. And plus, it should be said, this, we think, is also the oldest part of the house. So the pre-existing house at Sir Thomas Staples.
Sorry, there was just a real stenchy smell there for about 2 seconds. It smelled like that. It definitely wasn't you. Sorry,
just
smelled like you.
Honestly, it smelled. It was a horrible smell when you just said about the ballroom.
Gosh. Yes, well, it wasn't me either. But yeah, we don't know what this is. We can actually even see in the wall. There's
you can see that
bulge there, and that is solid all but that corner. There have been public who've said they've heard things that sound something like metal being hit in this area. Now that could come from 2 reasons. There was, as I say, originally a metal forge here, an iron forge at Lissan, which we think was somewhere on this site. But in addition to that, during the 1641 rebellion, obviously an extremely bloody rebellion, this house was seized at that stage, and all of the servants would have been killed in this area as well. So as I said, some people have actually said when they're sitting here in silence on the air, they pick up on either a scream or the sound of something the metal being hit against metal, which is an unusual one. But as I say, this part of the house we think dates right back to about 1580, so it's very old. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, it has seen some absolutely horrific things. If this is the house that was here, part of the house that was here in 1641, I mean, what happened here then was awful. Yeah. So so I say all the servants in the house were slaughtered, and the owner of Charity was brought across and imprisoned in Moneymore Castle for 4 years. Into the butler's pantry. Do you want to do the ground floor first then?
Yeah. Wherever you want to go.
Well, go through and say hello to Kathryn.
Oh yes.
I'm hearing weird shit. Karen, I heard a woman's voice there.
Was it me?
No, it was like.
What kind of voice was it?
It was like a woman's voice. It was it sounded like a cat. Like a, very very high pitched.
Yeah.
Oh, here, hold on.
That?
Is it that door?
No.
Did you hear that?
Did you not hear that?
That's what I heard.
I heard that.
No, it was like a.
That's what I heard.
Definitely heard
Did
that.
you see that?
Did you all heard that? Wow.
It was
Is
like
that,
right
is
here.
that a natural
Yeah.
sound you would get here? It's like,
I don't.
or is it, well, that's the door.
Hold on.
But the door wasn't over that far. Because
Do it again, Gavin.
I think it is.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it is.
That
Debunked.
See, that's what it could be. That's making those sounds. That door, and people's thinking, "Oh, I hear a woman's voice." So.
And this then is the drawing room. Now this would originally have been the 18th century drawing room, where most of the entertainment would have gone on in the house until the 1820s, and they added the ballroom. But everything you see in here is original, including the wallpaper, which was put up in the 1860s by the lady behind me here. This is the infamous Kathryn, Lady Staples, known to the family as Handsome Kitty Hawkins. And as I said, it was because of her that the family ended up having absolutely no money at all. Because when her husband, Sir Thomas, died and they were extremely wealthy, the idea was, and in his will he left a note stating that he would leave all of his money and all of the chattels that were in the house.
It's a
I'm
bang.
talking about her again.
Did you hear that?
There was
Yes.
there was like a thump.
It's, yeah. I think people, this house.
We all heard that.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of this lady. But yes, it was left in the house and the family sold it in the 1890s because obviously they didn't want a picture of the person who'd ruined them in the house. So it was sold in about 1890, and then in 2012 I discovered it for sale in Bonhams in London. And quite shocked, again just purely by chance. I happened to be walking past and she was sitting in the window, and we managed to raise enough money to bring her back to the house. But when we did, as I said at our great welcome party for her, Sinus Animal fell off the wall.
What's that door into?
That's into the ballroom. And we'll head
Ballroom.
back.
Oh, where the sound like a bang came from.
Oh wow.
Oh my lord. Wow.
Oh, this is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, it's a horrible picture of him and someone donated that to us, so it's not
£5,000, isn't it?
Thankfully not. So this is by far the grandest room in the house. And as I said, we had this rumour that the parish priest with the spirit in the bottle had put it into the wall of this room, but we certainly have no evidence for that. And as I say, it's certainly one of the more quiet rooms in the house.
The parish priest that put the spirit in the bottle, was her name? Do you have a name for that spirit?
We don't have a name for the spirit. No, we actually have a name for the priest, and it's bizarre. If you go to it's church at Ardtray, I'm not sure if you know where that is, near Stewartstown, and it was actually the successor to the parish priest who had been there. The parish priest who had been there died during the process of doing this, and weirdly for a Catholic church of that time, they actually have a gravestone inside the church stating that he died because of the devices of a demonic spirit, and it's actually on his gravestone in the church. But this actually dates back to about 1790, and I mean at that stage, as you probably know, there was no trade between China and the rest of the world. So to get something out of China would have been massively expensive. This wallpaper would have cost more than building the whole room.
There's a lot of passion.
Well, exactly, yeah, and it's in terribly bad condition, and Hazel basically tried to restore it herself, so you can see all of this.
This is the one that she painted
Yes.
in. This is the one.
So you can see all of her paintwork, and then the panel at the left was completely lost, so as you can see,
Oh, yes,
she's trying to
she's
make one
tried to
herself.
do one.
Let you judge her artistry yourself, I'll say.
I just said there, Gary, just when I was walking over towards the wall here, just for absolutely no reason.
Hold on a second, Gavin.
It was just like something had almost like gone through me or past me. So I was just immersed with this really strong, sweet, floral scent.
But as soon as you turned around to smell that, we both heard
A noise? It was like
a ding.
No, but it's not you, that smell, though. Because there are stories, funny enough, we were talking about this earlier. One of the reports is that you're supposed to smell a sweet smell of lavender. That's one of the reports in here.
Well, I think I've just got that.
You've just got that? Just there a wee minute ago?
Just right there as you were all walking over towards you.
Seriously?
So, but none of them are perfect.
When the house was active for her, that's you always first would have got this waft of a mixture of rose, lavender, or sandalwood sometimes, and and that's how you knew there was something going on. So,
Nice one.
generally, when
She's
she went to
following
bed,
us around, she knows we're here.
yeah.
You know, we do this all the time, you see, so obviously Hazel's probably knows we're here.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility she's coming in, making that smell,
Possibly, yeah.
following us around, making the bangs, you know, the sounds to get us
And Hazel
in a
was
certain
the
direction.
last.
She's the last owner, yes, and she died in the house in
So if you're here,
2006.
Hazel, come forward. And
Yeah, follow us around, Hazel.
Lights
Yeah.
just flashed.
I didn't see that too. The lights flickered.
Did they really?
Yes.
And you said Hazel went like that.
Are you
Do
here?
they usually flash? No.
No, this
What was that? What was that? It was like,
That's what we heard.
so it was like somebody trying to whistle.
Yeah.
Couldn't whistle.
What was that?
I don't know. But
That
that's
was-
what
that-
we heard
I just
earlier.
said-
That's in there. That seemed to come from in
You
there.
said you'd never
Okay,
experienced
I
that.
know this is
did you?
actually this is frightening me as well because if you came to the house when Hazel was alive, because she lived on the top floor, if you were working away down here, it's something she blew a whistle to get you to go up to her. Whoa!
What?
Here.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Gary.
I heard it.
We heard that whistle.
We heard that. turned round to say to Gavin, did you smell that, or did you hear that too? When he then
Just
said about the
the
smell,
smell.
but Sarah and I
I'd heard
at
that whistle.
We had
Oh,
heard that
that's, you heard the whistle earlier too?
just as he smelt
So
that
we heard
smell.
That's how she, because that's what I do remember
That's what
here
she
being
was
as a
saying.
child. Yeah, every time she wanted you for something, she would blow a whistle so you knew to go upstairs.
She seemed to react to you.
That's twice. That's 2 whistles. So that's twice.
And that's just us.
There you go. That
was just literally.
Thanks, Hazel.
Thanks,
Did you say when
Hazel.
you were here?
Yeah, follow us around, Hazel. Yeah.
Flashed.
Do they usually flash? No.
What was
No,
that?
this shot.
What was that?
Something like that, but it's just that's so weird. That's yeah.
And you heard it too.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And it was the fact that that flickered whenever you.
It's all starting.
Well, we're experiencing so far.
So are you ready then to carry on? Kyle's actually spooked.
I'm not going to lie.
Just take her.
Do you hear the banging? The footsteps. No, that. What's up above us?
That's a bedroom, but there's no one up there at the minute because obviously Anne's in the front hall.
There was definitely clearly 2 footsteps walking across the top of the. It seemed to come from upstairs, and we were talking earlier that Hazel whistling was upstairs.
Yeah. Well, that's how she would have made you go upstairs when she wanted to, so she didn't have to run down.
It was definitely 2 footsteps
That was a bit.
across the floor.
Well, say, everything that we've happened so far, it's all hanging together quite neatly.
Yeah.
And we know nothing of history until you're filling us in as we go along. Guys, we're definitely, well, I don't know if Kyle, you heard it or not. Maybe you did, you're not saying.
Well, the problem is I'm so used to hearing bangs in here, I don't really even comment on it, but whenever you start adding it to, yeah.
When we came in, I heard sounded like 2 footsteps upstairs. And of course, Hazel would whistle. And if she's walking about, you're going to hear her walking about upstairs.
Well, the other thing I should tell you is that directly above where we are at the minute was her bedroom whenever she was living here with her husband. I mean, she was right on the top floor when she was by herself, but the one directly above this room is, that was their marital bedroom, yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh. One of them had a horrible experience in here where someone actually got a massive scratch down their back that bled, which was a bit scary in this room. But this corridor is quite active, apparently. Even Hazel, who never really talked about ghosts in the house simply because she had to live here herself, I don't think she liked talking about that, would have said that here is a very active place, that any time she did see something, this is where you would have that sandalwood smell very strongly, and apparently on several occasions saw a lady in yellow silk sweep past here, and more often than not then when you've all the lights out you could hear a child crying under the stairs, and again no explanation for it, but this is what she heard. So her running joke was that, as I say, that was her and Harry's bedroom down in the corner, that when she heard these things going on, she got to the stage where she kept a large pile of old slippers beside her bed and she'd throw them through the door, and that would generally mean that they would stop. But she would, this corridor apparently at night, if you sleep on this corridor, you hear steps going up and down constantly during the night. And as I say, that thing of a child crying has been reported constantly by people. It's not just one person, this has been everyone that comes here hears something downstairs when they're staying on this corridor.
Fantastic.
Unfortunately, our current manager is using this as a storeroom.
Don't like it down here, man.
This
My.
is the main ladies' bedroom of the house. Now, this was left until our current manager started about 3 months ago. It was left entirely untouched from the night Hazel's mother died. So, but everything is still here that was here. He's just added a couple of bits for storage. But Hazel's mother again complained bitterly about this room, that constantly she was woken up in the middle of the night by a figure standing with a candle, which would come through the door behind me and walk over to the bed. As I say, Hazel's mother moaned bitterly about this room. All of the staff had said they didn't like being in this room. Anytime we have brought anyone here who's a spirit medium, who is a paranormal expert, this is the room that they hate, and apparently there's a massive problem with men in this room. That's
Definitely carry this to show.
Now, what do you hear? Now, Gavin, what did I say to you before I came in this room?
Didn't like this area.
I didn't know the stories of it.
Well, yeah, no, we don't know what it is. There's this entity here that does not like men in this room for
Sorry,
some reason.
can you hold
and-
that? I've just got dizzy all of a sudden.
Oh, jeez.
It's just nerves.
No, seriously.
This is the start of the sick line, so
Yeah.
I just got
It's usually the back.
It's quite bizarre.
Well, as I said, that's not surprising that has happened in this room. Our previous manager Neil actually said that he was physically pushed out of this room. One of the nights he was here painting the hall, that he came in to leave a paint pot behind the door and literally was physically pushed out. Men quite often feel sick in this room on tours. That happens quite a bit, or as you just happened to you come over dizzy. There is something weird about this room. Our current manager hates this room. That's why he's closed it to the public, because he doesn't like bringing people in here. I don't know why. It's quite a friendly looking room, and I've never felt anything in it, which maybe says more about me than it does about everything else. There does seem to be a massive problem with men, particularly in this particular room.
right there.
Yes, not your aftershave.
No, it wasn't me. That was.
I like a floral.
Yeah.
And it's not me. It's not Sarah, no.
No.
No,
The smell?
No,
What
it's
the-
nothing like
My
that.
smell.
No,
Like a floral.
completely and utterly different.
You smell another smell?
I got it again, just as I was starting to walk out of the room.
What, the
It's
same
just-
smell
just
like you got
exactly the same smell
downstairs?
I got in the ballroom.
Ensuite kitchen.
Lord.
Now, what's fascinating about this one is that the family actually just sealed this room up. So when the trust took over, the doors were both, they had sort of walls behind them made out of wood, and we knocked it through, and everything was everything that's in here was in this room.
Really? It was
Yeah.
all sealed off.
All sealed off, yeah. And the window was blocked off, so you couldn't see into this room at all. I'm not sure why they did that, but it was just left, because it's the only one of these kitchens that was actually left in its original state, with its, as you can see, lovely fridge that originally just opened out into the cold, you see.
It's just like a time capsule.
It wasn't very much a time capsule, yeah. I mean, it was obviously we've tidied it up a bit, everything was just lying in a heap, but everything that was in this room was here.
the fact that all those servants were slaughtered in the kitchen.
I know, and then the spirit of the bottle of the priest got like possibly possessed.
Yeah. Crazy. And then didn't he die? He died.
How spooky is this corridor?
But he died from a demonic
Yeah,
entity.
yeah. Possibly from the spirit that's in this house. What? I don't think there's any other house in the whole of Ireland with stories connected with to this.
the best place I've ever been.
So we're in the original kitchen. And the stories here. Karen, you using the SLS camera? Okay, and over here on the table we have one of our new REM pods, or EMF detection device. So if anything physically comes near that, as you can see, it triggers the alarm. And in that room over there, there's a legend that Kyle was saying. Oh, that's how dark it is in here. If I can open that. Of a spirit in a bottle put behind that wall. The time now is just after 1 o'clock. Karen, you keep your eye on that SLS.
Okay, movement there. Come over a second.
You getting something?
That's kind of a bit strange too. Is that you knocking something?
No, that wasn't me.
Knocking something?
No, that wasn't me. That came from over there.
I thought you knocked against something.
No.
Around. See this? What's this doing this for?
What's it doing? Mapping out something?
Maybe just mopping that pool or the
Yeah,
the
possibly.
stuff over there.
If there's a spirit that's joined us in the kitchen, if you would like to move to the far side of the room, we'd really appreciate it, because we can see you and what Karen is holding in her hand. Can you do that, please? Yeah, what it's doing, it's actually mopping out whatever that is.
It's
It's
the
a sink.
units.
It's a kitchen sink, I think. These work best in open spaces, guys. So if you've got an SLS camera and it's doing this, it's nothing supernatural. There's a rational explanation behind it. Now it's moved on to the pole.
Yes, it's mopping the pole.
It's
right.
mopping the pole.
Oh, that looks so good. Maybe, should we turn these bedroom lights off?
We found
That is recording now.
an old hairpin, maybe a bit of a trigger object.
And we're here in Hazel and Harry's bedroom, Lissan house. In the room we've got Gavin,
Karen.
And Sarah?
and we are trying to make contact with Hazel, Mrs. Dolling. Mrs. Dolling, what did you do when you were up here and you wanted to summon somebody from downstairs? Did that? Like what's up?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh!
What noise did you make when you...
Oh!
What are you getting,
Sorry.
Sarah?
There was really strange orb, guys.
Okay.
Where?
Came from the door right in here,
Where'd you go?
right towards me. I'm kind of like freaking out a wee bit. Oh.
What are you getting,
Sorry.
Sarah?
There was really strange orb, guys.
Okay.
Did I just see you? Did I just see your light? I heard a yes there.
As Sarah says, what's the name of this house? Oh my goodness.
Whoa!
And it said Lissan.
Yeah, like Gary says it.
Yeah,
The cabinet, the old cabinet.
that is amazing. Thank you so much for that.
It lets us know that you're here. If you go towards that device on the bed, it won't harm you. It just lights up lights and lets us know that you're actually with us and that you want to communicate with us. Are there any spirits here? Please come forward.
6.
Say it? Did you say 6?
6. Clearest day.
The back's most active with Vera.
Yeah.
Vera's room. He said about that one being the most
Would you like
active.
us to move into a different room?
Yes.
Yes.
That was clear.
Would you like us to go to the blue room?
Blue room. I heard blue room. I heard blue room.
We've been in a lot of amazing locations, but this one here for me is probably up there with the best of them. What do you
I
say?
don't know what those lights were on this, but it was weird because it went like this. It went like that, right? And then I thought, oh, maybe that's just because someone's shining something over
But
there.
that's the thing, because that's what I thought.
But it
I was
wasn't,
seeing
because
in
then
the
I went
lights,
like this
because there's
here,
no-
and then all of a sudden it like went from, it did a zigzag,
Oh, right, okay.
and then that's what made me kind of freak out a wee bit because I was like, well, that wouldn't be dust then,
No.
because it made a deliberate,
A deliberate
movement.
move.
Yeah. Doors open for us.
We set up a realm on the bed again because the woman died on the bed.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd love to know how Lady Staples said it, because Kyle would know. Kyle? Is it
Yeah,
Kyle?
yeah.
Kyle, he would know. Like, does he say listen or does he say listen?
Yeah. Can you tell us the name of this house, please? If you're here.
It's not here.
What was that?
Darlington.
Huh?
As clear as anything. Darlington. If they said it that slow.
It's not Darlington.
I know, but that's Lissan. What is it?
Darlington?
Yeah, but that's what it sounded like from that.
Here. Be interesting to bring that name back to Kyle.
Yeah. Darlington.
Because it could have been called something else back
Or
in
somebody.
1600s.
Yeah.
I'm in the ballroom now. That's to say Gary. I heard Gary. Did that say upstairs?
I had stairs.
It said it sounded like upstairs.
I didn't hear upstairs.
Yeah. The library. Mrs. Dolling, what was the name of your dog?
Does that say Wolfie? Wolfie.
What?
I thought I heard Wolfie.
Seriously?
But it was a man. Wolfie.
Could it be your husband? Mr. Dolling? Mr. Dolling, was that you saying the dog's name Wolfie? Is that correct? I thought he said
Don't
yes.
cover because we're missing a lot of it.
Getting that cobweb effect, Karen, see
Oh,
here in
yeah.
my face.
I don't want to say anything, but say the corner, it's not cobweb, but I see the wee tiny flash of light at the left of me there,
I don't know
but
if that's a hair in my face or
it's not hardly be a hair. There's not long enough.
I really, it feels like, like a very gent, that type of thing in my face, just down here. And I don't usually get like that.
No.
That was weird. It's like a very, very gentle touch. I thought it said get home.
I heard that. I was going to say that. Get home.
Get home.
That's what I heard. Get home.
Why do you want us to go home?
Go.
The hell was that?
Just go.
Who are you?
Where are you in the room? This side by the door.
Do you want to go up to Vera's room? Who are you?
Where are you?
Yeah, I heard that.
Is it Dolling?
Yes.
Because there was a name that came through, it was Dollington. But that probably doesn't.
Well, weirdly, that is where the Dollings are originally from. Is it a town called Dollington?
There you go.
That's Dollingtown, yeah, it's down south, and that's where they're originally from.
Seriously?
Yeah.
My goodness, there you go.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's
Because it came through
that
really
connection.
clearly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really clearly a couple of times. That's what I said to both. And that'll be on camera.
Yeah, it was like
Um,
Dollington or something.
It was really, that's what I said. It was so clear, but you guys didn't hear it.
No, I did hear it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
But
But
then,
then
obviously
you-
we were saying that's not the name, but I said, well, that's what it said, that's what it sounded like, Darlington. Darlington.
See, again, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I heard
that
it
makes perfect
So that,
sense.
yeah, there you are.
Can you tell us the name of this house, please? If you're here.
It's not here.
What was that?
Darlington.
And it's called Lissan House.
Listen.
We asked, can you come through and tell us the name of the house? And obviously we were listening for Listen.
Yes.
And it came through as really loud, like Lissan.
Really loud, all three of us
It
were
said
like,
Lissan, but then that's not the way you pronounce it. Sure, it's not. It's Lissan.
Well, weirdly, again, this in the 18th century, that's what the house was called, Lissan.
Right.
there
well,
you go.
So, because if you look at the spelling of the house, and when the right home of John Staples was living here, it was Lis separate word Aine. So that would have been pronounced
Oh,
Lissan.
that's amazing.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
With that
All
came
the
through
three of us and we got that on
clearly.
camera.
That's fantastic.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, no,
It's not
18th
brilliant.
century, it was right there.
Just goes,
See, the thing is,
proves
always
that the
the
ghost
accent
box
is-
does
Yeah.
work.
As Sarah says, what's the name of this house? Oh my goodness.
Whoa!
And it said Lissan.
Yeah, like Gary says
Well, most English people still call this Lissan, so yeah.
Oh yeah. Could you say it Lissan?
I would pronounce it Lissan, yeah.
So these things all make sense.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
It's funny because we always say it, you know, when you're doing an investigation and these clues are in front of you, it's just you try to piece it all together like a jigsaw puzzle, and then it comes together like a story.
Well, no, both of those, like Donestown and Lissan, would be perfect.
Kathryn, are you with us tonight?
It's a female.
Are you Kathryn?
Yeah. Very polite. Kyle? That's say Kyle.
Very clearly, yeah.
That said your name, Kyle. It says Kyle.
Is Mrs. Dowling happy with the work that Kyle is doing to try and preserve Lissan House?
Yes, and yeah. You hear that? Guys, do you know what I heard? And I'm not joking here. I heard whistling outside that door. I heard it. I pray to God the cameras picked that up.
Really?
Yeah.
What's that?
I was just about to ask, can you whistle?
Seriously?
Come to try and get through the ghost box?
Of you, there was. You see, when you stand on the floor, does that door rattle?
Not usually.
Because that door, I don't know if any of you guys heard it, but that door rattled a wee bit.
So we were all in there happily drinking our champagne, looking at the portrait, and this one fell off the wall.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did it fell off the wall? Did the string break, or did the nail come off the
There
wall?
was literally no reason it fell off the wall.
Was the nail still intact?
The nail was still intact and the string was still intact. So yeah,
It's bizarre.
It was utterly bizarre. It was absolutely horrific things. If this is the house that was here, part of the house that was here in 1641, I mean, what happened here then was awful.
I'm telling you, I'm hearing weird shit. Karen, I heard a woman's voice there.
Was it me?
No, it was like. Do it again, Gavin.
I think it is.
Oh, it is.
Yes, it is.
Debunked.
Debunked.
The idea was, and in his will he left a note stating that he would leave all of that.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of.
It almost like gone through me or past me. So I was just immersed with this really strong, sweet, floral scent.
Reports is that you're supposed to smell a sweet smell of lavender.
I think I've just got that.
You've just got that. Just there, we.
Her that's you always first would have got this waft of a mixture of rose, lavender, or sandalwood sometimes, and yeah.
Probably knows we're here.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility she's coming in, making that smell,
Possibly, yeah.
following us around. Make,
Come forward.
yeah, follow us around. Yes,
Lights
yeah.
just flashed.
The lights flickered.
No, this shot.
That's a wee. It's almost like somebody trying to whistle.
Yeah.
Couldn't whistle.
What was that?
I don't know. But
That
that's
was-
what
that-
we heard
I just
earlier.
said-
Listen there, it seemed to come from in there.
Okay, the house when he was alive, because she lived on the top floor. If you were working away down here, it's something she blew a whistle to get you to go up to her. Whoa!
What?
Here.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I during remember here being as a child, yeah, every time she wanted you for something, she would blow a whistle so you knew to go upstairs.
She seemed to react to you.
That's twice. That's two.
Yeah, follow us around. Yes,
Lights
yeah.
just flashed.
Do they usually flash? No.
No, this shot.
What was that?
But it's just that's so weird. That's yeah.
And you heard it too.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And it was the fact that that flickered whenever you.
Shh, 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 shh. Do you hear the banging? The footsteps.
The other thing I should tell you is that directly above where we are at the minute was her bedroom whenever she was living here with her husband. I mean, she was right on the top floor when she was by herself, but the one directly above this room is, that was their marital bedroom, yeah.
It's crazy.
Apparently, on several occasions saw a lady in yellow silk sweep past here, and more often than not then when you've all the lights out you could hear a child crying under the stairs. And again, there are these things going on. She got to the stage where she kept a large pile of odd slippers beside her bed and she'd throw them through the door, and that would generally mean that they would stop. But she would, this corridor apparently at night, if you sleep on this corridor you hear steps going up and down constantly during the night. Crying has been reported constantly by people. It's not just one person, this has been everyone that comes here hears something downstairs when they're staying on this corridor. Storeroom.
Don't like it down here, man.
Anytime we have brought anyone here who's a spirit medium, who is a paranormal expert, this is the room that they hate, and apparently there's a massive problem with men in this room.
Gavin, what did I say to you before I came in this room?
Didn't like this area.
In this room, for
Sorry,
some reason.
can you hold that? I've just got dizzy all of a sudden. I just got
It's usually the back.
It's quite bizarre.
I like a floral.
Yeah.
And it's not me. It's not Sarah, no.
No.
Like that, like all those servants were slaughtered in the kitchen.
I know, and then the spirit of the bottle of the priest got like possibly possessed.
Yeah. Crazy. And then didn't he die? He died.
How spooky is this corridor?
But he died from a demonic entity.
Yeah. I don't think there's any other house in the whole of Ireland with stories connected with to this.
the best place I've ever been.
The spirit in a bottle put behind that wall.
It's kind of a strange too. Is that you knocking something?
No, that wasn't me.
Knocking something?
No, that wasn't me. That came from over there. No, it's moved on to the pole.
Yes, it's mopping the pole.
It's mopping the pole.
Find
That is recording now.
an old hairpin, maybe a bit of a trigger object.
We're trying to make contact with Hazel, Mrs. Dawling. Dawling, what did you do when you were up here and you wanted to summon somebody from downstairs?
Did you think you were
Like what's up?
really?
Yeah. What noise did you make when you...
Oh. I'm kind of like freaking out a wee bit. Did I just see you? Did I just see your light? I heard a yes there.
Oh my goodness!
Whoa!
And it said Lissan.
Yeah, like Gary says it. It's here. Please come forward.
6.
We've been in a lot of amazing locations, but this one here for me is probably up there with the best of them.
Because then I went like this here,
No.
and then all of a sudden it like went from, it did a zigzag,
Oh, right, okay.
and then that's what made me kind of freak out a wee bit, because I was like, well, that wouldn't be dust then,
No.
because it made a deliberate
deliberate
movement.
move.
Yeah. Can you tell us the name of this house, please, if you're here?
It's not here.
What was that?
Darlington.
Huh?
Clear as anything. Darlington.
Did that say upstairs?
I had her
Mrs. Dawling, what was the name of your dog?
Does that say Wolfie?
What?
I thought I heard Wolfie.
Seriously? Mr. Dawling, was that you saying the dog's name Wolfie? Is that correct? I have a fat currency here in my face.
I don't want to say anything, but see the corner, it's not cobweb, but I see the wee tiny flash of light at the left of me there,
I don't know
but
if that's a hair in my face or...
it's not hardly be a hair. There's not long enough.
That was weird. It's like a very, very gentle touch.
Get home.
Get home.
That's what I heard. Get home.
Why do you want us to go home?
Go.
The hell was that?
Where are you in the room? This side by the door?
Is it Dolly?
Yes.
Because there was a name that came through, it was Dollington. Probably doesn't.
Well, that is where the Dolings are originally from. Is it a town called Dollington?
There you go.
Well, it's Dollington, yeah, it's down south, and that's where they're originally from.
Seriously?
Tell us the name of this house, please, if you're here.
It's not here. hear that.
What was that?
Daunting.
And it's called Lissan House.
Listen.
We asked, can you come through and tell us the name of the house? And obviously we were listening for Listen.
Yes.
And it came through as really loud, like Lissan.
Really loud, all three of us
It
were
said
like,
Lissan, but then that's not the way you pronounce it. Sure, it's not. It's Lissan.
Well, weirdly, again, this in the 18th century, that's what the house was called, Lissan.
"Yes, what's the name of this house?" Oh my goodness.
Whoa!
And it said listen.
Yeah, like Gary says it.
Yeah.
Well, most English people still call this Lissan, so yeah.
These clues are in front of you. It's just you try to piece it all together like a jigsaw puzzle, and then it comes together like a story.
Well, no, both of those, like Darlington and Lissan, would be perfect. Kathryn.
Yeah. Very polite. Guys, tonight I heard, and I'm not joking here. I heard whistling.
Setsu